Alrighty, how we doing, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's your boy Sandals. Ronnie was here. I do have CatCam going. But, I'll explain what's going on with the game before it starts, because I did a quick test run, and it basically just boots you straight into it. So, when I was a kid, I read Choose Your Own Adventure books, which were, interesting little twist. It was sort of the beginnings of, interactive fiction. So you'd read a passage and it'd say, if you want to go up the ladder, turn to page 53. If you want to fight the Goblin, go to page 81 or something like that. But they started as kids' detective adventure books, and then it sort of branched out from there, and other people got onto them. I remember there was they'd start adding dice rolls and skill checks. So a little standalone role-playing adventure game you just play with the book and some dice and some pen and paper. And heaps of different ones did that. I remember playing a Mario one, a Sonic one, an Asterix one, but the biggest series that they did was called Fighting Fantasy. It was by Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson, but not the Steve Jackson who created Munchkin. And they were fun. They were just good. I remember long car trips, just whiling away the hours with them. And I saw it on special on Steam for Christmas. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we can do Deathtrap Dungeon, which is the most popular one, and do it with someone actually reading everything out for you, and you just make your decisions. And yeah, they've actually managed to rope in a fella named Eddie Marsan. Now, you might know Eddie from... He's one of those that guys. You take one look at him and you go, oh, I know what... I've seen him in other stuff before. I first saw him in Gangs of New York in, early 2000s. More recently, he's been in, Sherlock Holmes, The World's End, the last of the Cornetto trilogy, and most recently, for me, was Deadpool 2. He's the headmaster that inhibits the powers of all the mutant kids. But let's jump into it. I'm actually intrigued to see what the actual go is with this game. And hopefully it's going to capture properly. No, it seems to be... There we go. Volume seems to be... Okay, yep.
Fang is an ordinary small town in a northern province of Chiang Mai, situated on the banks of a river. It made a convenient stopover for river traders and passengers throughout most of the year. A few barges, rafts, and sometimes even a large sailboat could usually be found moored at Fang. But all that...
And sorry about the background noise, so I've got the fan on because it's a little bit warm in here.
Before the creation of the Trial of Champions. Now, once a year, the river is crammed with boats as people arrive from hundreds of miles around, hoping to witness the breaking of an ancient tradition and see a victor in the Trial of Champions.
Tell me more.
On the 1st of May each year, warriors and heroes come to Fang to face the test of their lives. Survival is unlikely, yet many take the risk, for the prize is great. A purse of 10,000 gold pieces and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever. But to become champion is no easy task. Some years ago, a powerful baron of Fang called Sukhumvit decided to bring attention to his town by creating the ultimate contest. With the help of the townspeople, he constructed a labyrinth deep in the hillside behind Fang, from which there was only one exit. The labyrinth was filled with all kinds of deadly tricks and traps and loathsome monsters. Sukhumvit had designed it in meticulous detail, so that anybody hoping to face its challenge would have to use their wits as well as weapon skill. When he was finally satisfied that all was complete, he put his labyrinth to the test. He picked 10 of his finest guards, and fully armed, they marched into the labyrinth. They were never seen again.
These are legit the only options I've been able to get so far.
The tale of the ill-fated guards soon spread throughout the land, and it was then that Sukhumvit announced the first Trial of Champions, Messengers and news sheets carried his challenge, 10,000 gold pieces and freedom of Chiang Mai forever to any person surviving the perils of the labyrinth of Fang. The first year, 17 brave warriors attempted the walk, as it later became known. Not one reappeared. As the years passed and the trial of champions continued, it attracted more and more challengers and spectators. Fang prospered and would prepare itself months in advance for the spectacle it hosted each May. The town would be decorated, tents erected, dining halls built, musicians, dancers, fire eaters, illusionists, and every sort of entertainer hired, and entries registered from hopeful individuals intent on making the walk. The last week of April found the people of Fang and its visitors in wild celebration. Everybody sang, danced, and laughed until the day broke on the 1st of May, when the town thronged to the gates of the labyrinth to watch the first challenger of the year step forward to face the trial of champions. Having seen
It was a terrible cut, by the way.
Tree, you decide that this year you will attempt the walk. For the last 5 years you have been attracted to it not for the rewards, but for the simple fact that nobody has ever yet emerged victorious from the labyrinth. You intend to make this the year in which a champion is crowned. Gathering up a few belongings, you set off immediately. 2 days' walk takes you west to the coast, where you enter the cursed port, Black Sand. Wasting no time in that city of thieves, you buy your passage on a small boat sailing north to where the river Coke meets the sea.
Oh, that's not how I read
There
it.
you raft upriver for 4 days, until finally you arrive in Fang. The trial begins.
Oh, I'm liking this little bit of background music. I did see a little bit of artwork from the books earlier too.
You register your entry with the officials and are given a violet scarf to tie around your arm, informing everyone of your status. For 3 days, you enjoy Fang's greatest hospitality and are treated like a demigod. During the long merriment, you almost forget your purpose in Fang, but the evening before the trial, the magnitude of the task ahead begins to dominate your thoughts. Later, you are taken to a special guest house and are shown your room. There is a splendid 4-poster bed with satin sheets to help you rest, but there is little time left for sleep. Just before dawn, a trumpet call awakens you from vivid dreams of flaming pits and giants.
I go down and punch the trumpeter.
Minutes later, there is a knock on your door, and a man's
hell.
voice rings out saying, "Your
FBI, open up!
soon. Please be ready to leave in 10 minutes." You climb out of bed, walk over to the window and open the shutters. Already people are thronging the streets, moving quietly through the morning mist. Spectators, no doubt on their way to the labyrinth, hoping to find good vantage points from which to watch the competitors. Walking over to a wooden table on which your trusty sword and shield lie, you pick them up and cut the air with a mighty sweep, wondering which beasts your sword's sharp edge may soon have to meet. You open the door into the corridor, and a small man greets you with a low bow as you emerge from your bedroom. "Please follow me," he says. He turns to his left and walks quickly towards the stairs at the end of the corridor.
Yeah.
Walking through a
I'm just going to be picky on the editing, but yeah, they need some quicker fade outs in some of these videos.
Waiting to greet the contender in the trial of champions.
So who are we going with? Ming the Merciless, Conan, a ninja, Hot Chick, Knight, Goblin Man.
Bare-chested barbarians dressed in furs. They stand completely motionless, legs straight and slightly apart, arms thrust forward to rest on the hilts of their long, double-headed battle axes. A sleek elven woman with golden hair and feline green eyes is adjusting the crossbelt of daggers wrapped around her leather tunic. Of the two remaining men, one is covered from head to foot in iron plate armor, with a plumed helmet and a crested shield. The other is cloaked in black robes, only his dark eyes showing between the swirls of his black-faced scars. Long knives, a wire garrote, and other silent death weapons hang from his belt. The 5 contenders acknowledge your arrival with almost imperceptible nods of the head, and you turn to face the exultant crowd for the last time. Suddenly, a hush falls over the crowd as Baron Succumbit steps forward, holding 6 bamboo sticks. You draw one from his outstretched hand, and you read the word, 5th. Then the trial begins. The knight is first. He salutes the crowd before disappearing into the tunnel, and is followed half an hour later by the elf. Next goes a barbarian, and then the dark assassin. Next, it's your turn. But before embarking on your adventure, we must first determine your own strengths and weaknesses. You have in your possession a sword, a shield, and a backpack for carrying provisions for the trip. You have been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay and exercising rigorously. To see how effective your preparations have been, dice will be rolled to determine your skill, stamina, and luck scores. Or, if you wish to begin your adventure immediately, you can choose between 3 ready-made adventurers.
Yeah, no, stuff that. Let's roll. Let's do a rolly roll.
First.
I will do that. Like, if we come to a choice, I want to see how long it takes for Eddie to say something again.
Rolling 1 die and adding 6.
Okay, so we get a max stat of 12. Okay, 3's not too bad. So 9 for skill, do stamina. Next, forgot to do the thing.
We'll roll for your initial stamina, which represents your strength. So the higher your stamina score, the longer you will survive.
Yeah, so that's your hit points, I think.
2 dice and adding.
Oh shit! Okay, that's actually not too bad. All right, so what do we get? 7 or kind of want to re-roll that one. Blink. Oh no, they've just done like a looped GIF thing, I guess. Alright, now give me a reroll. 6 worse. What do we get? 10. No, I can deal with 10.
Next, we'll roll for your initial luck, which represents how lucky an adventurer you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy world you're about to explore. This is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6.
Okay. What do we get? Come on. Yeah, no, I can deal with a 4. Probably makes sense in role playing.
A magical potion
because I don't seem to be that skilled at fighting, but hopefully going to be lucky.
The potion contains 2 measures, so can be used twice during an adventure. You can choose from a potion of skill that restores your skill points to their initial amount. A potion
you can lose skill points? Okay.
That restores your stamina points to their initial amount. Or a potion of fortune that not only restores your luck points to their initial amount, but will also increase your initial luck score by 1 each time it's used.
Oh, that sounds helpful. Okay. Well, I definitely want heals, so we'll go a potion of strength.
Lastly...
Oh, and we get 2 shots of it. Okay. Yeah, that seems more useful, just to get through.
For 10 meals. When you eat a meal, your stamina score will increase by 4 points. But don't forget, Your stamina can never exceed the initial amounts you've just set.
Okay.
You have a long way to go, so use your provisions wisely. During your adventure, you'll
Well,
enter into combat a number of
just green screening for this one.
and the further you go, the tougher your opponents will be.
It's like the world's most one-sided
That
Zoom
takes
call,
place
isn't
over
it?
several rounds, and your attack strength is based on yours and your enemy's skill scores. For each round of battle, we'll roll 2 dice for you and 2 for your opponent, adding the results to your skill scores. These are your respective attack strengths. Whoever's attack strength is the highest wins that round of combat. If you both have the same attack strength in a round, then it will be a tie. In some battles, you can take an opportunity to escape. But beware. If you do run away, your opponent will automatically score 1 hit on you as you flee, costing you 2 stamina points.
Okay.
So be sure you have enough. Such is the price of cowardice. You are playing using the new battle system, where the battle takes place over 3 rounds. Your sheer battle-hardened nature will mean you'll always win the battle after the 3 rounds, but every round you lose will cost you 2 stamina points. So be careful. Losing all your stamina will still be fatal. At the start of each round, you'll have a short time to decide to fight or to build up your stamina by eating your provisions or taking a potion, if you have one.
Yeah, have some noms before the fight. No, I would actually like to. I don't remember how the original battle system went. Let's just check on that first.
You're playing using the traditional battle system from the original Deathtrap Dungeon book. At the start of each round, you'll have a short time to decide to fight or to build up your stamina by eating your provisions or taking a potion, if you have one.
Well, shut up, birds.
After each battle round,
Bloody
you'll
bin
be able to
chickens.
test your luck. By using luck in battles, you can either score a more serious wound on your opponent or minimize the effects of a wound scored on you. If you test your luck after you have just wounded your opponent, we'll roll 2 dice, and if the total is the same or less than your current luck score, you will have been lucky and will take an extra 2 points from your opponent's stamina. But if the roll is greater, then the damage to your opponent will be halved. If your opponent has just inflicted a 2 stamina wound on you, a lucky roll will halve that damage, but an unlucky roll will take an additional stamina point. One last thing.
They really needed to have noise gated his audio because he's getting like the little burps and grumbles that sort of, like, I have that issue. Okay. No, I might, for the sake of the stream, I might do the new system. Just, yeah, to be able to push forward through fights. Just automatically win after 3 rounds. Just sounds like the better option.
You are playing.
Alright. And play with the new system.
Now it is your turn to salute the crowd. Holding your violet scarf aloft, you take one final deep breath of cool, fresh air before turning to pass between a stone-pillared gateway into circumvent's corridors of power to face unknown perils on the walk through the mighty barrens, Deathtrap.
Oh, we finally get the title drop. Whoa! This is definitely a step up from the original book. Yep, Ian Livingston.
The clamor of the excited spectators gradually fades behind you as you venture deep into the gloom of the cavern.
So I do stuff while he's reading?
Hang from the
Oh yeah,
roof.
that's helpful. He's... What am I, the Isaac from The Binding of Isaac? Okay.
20-meter interval.
Oh, it pauses on the map.
Radiating
Okay.
just
Hello,
enough
Beans.
light for you to see.
You gonna have a plonk?
As
What's the
your
boy doing?
eyes gradually become accustomed to the near darkness, you begin to see movement all around. Spiders and beetles crawling up and down the chiseled walls disappear quickly into cracks and crevices as they sense your approach. Rats and mice scurry along the floor ahead of you. Droplets of water drip into small pools with an eerie plopping sound which echoes down the tunnel. The air is cold, moist, and dank. After walking slowly along the tunnel for about 5 minutes, you arrive at a stone table standing against the wall to your left. On it, there are 6 boxes, one of which has your name painted on its lid.
Yeah, let's open the box.
The lid of the box lifts off easily, and inside you find 2 gold pieces and a note written on a small piece of parchment addressed to you. After placing the gold in your pocket, you read the message, which says, "Well done. At least you had the sense to stop and take advantage of the token aid given to you.
Ah.
Now I can advise you that you will need to find and use several items if you hope to pass triumphantly through my Deathtrap Dungeon. Signed, Succumbit." Memorizing the advice on the note, you tear it into tiny pieces and continue north along the tunnel, where you come to a junction. A white arrow painted on one wall points west. On the floor, you can see wet footprints made by those who entered before you. It's hard to be sure, but it looks as though 3 of them followed the direction of the arrow, while one decided to go east.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the path less travelled. Follow the one dude.
Ahead, you can see a large obstruction on the tunnel floor. Although it is too dark to make out exactly what it is, the wet, eastbound footprints you have been following...
Sorry, I'm looking at Cat Cam and I can just see Ronnie's bum just in the corner. He's hiding at the thinger. And you get the little option to read that again, because I talked over.
Ahead, you can see a large obstruction on the tunnel floor. Although it is too dark to make out exactly what it is,
What's the boy doing?
the wet, eastbound footprints you have been following carry on towards the obstruction.
No. Oh, it even gives you the option to go back. Okay.
You see that the obstruction is a large, brown, boulder-like object. You touch it with your hand, and are surprised to find that it is soft and spongy.
Yeah, I've got a feeling if I stay on top of it, it's gonna come after me. It's sliced
Your
open.
sword easily pierces the thin outer casing of the giant spore ball.
Oh crap.
A thick brown cloud of spores bursts out of the ball and envelops you. Some of the spores stick to your skin and start to itch terribly. You lose 2 stamina points as great lumps come up on your face and arms, and your skin feels as if it is on fire.
Oh.
Frantically scratching
I
your
get some mushies
itching
to eat
lumps,
later, I guess.
you step over the now deflated spore ball. Pressing on east, you turn left, which heads north for as far as you can see. The footprints you are following start to peter out as the tunnel becomes gradually drier. Soon you are beyond the dripping roof and the pools on the floor. You notice the air becoming hotter, and you find yourself panting even though you are walking quite slowly. In a small recess on the left-hand wall, you see a section of bamboo standing on its end. Lifting it down, You see it is filled with a clear liquid. Your throat is painfully dry, and you feel a little dizzy from the heat in the tunnel.
Oh, that's a cool effect. I'm just that worried that there's so much shit that's going to be a trap in this game. But, yeah, I always quench my thirst when I'm thirsty.
The water in the bamboo pipe is welcomely refreshing and adds 1 stamina point.
Yay.
It also contains a magical solution, which will enable you to be exposed to melting point temperatures without harm.
Helpful.
Discarding the bamboo, you start off north again, in good spirits. You find yourself dripping with sweat as the temperature continues to rise. As you struggle on, the heat intensifies until it becomes so unbearable that you feel yourself begin to pass out. Although the temperature in the tunnel is higher than you could normally tolerate, the liquid from the bamboo pipe keeps you alive, and mercifully, after a few moments, the temperature drops rapidly and soon feels almost cool again. On the left-hand side of the tunnel is a closed door. It has a small iron plate in it, which looks like it might slide open.
Yeah, just wondering about this one. Because, like these games always, try and bait you in traps. And, I'd say the first couple are easy ones, but we're gonna come across a trap. It is called Deathtrap Dungeon after all. Might try and slide the plate.
The small plate slides open easily, and you find yourself peering into a room with a deep pit in the floor behind the door. On the opposite wall, there is a coil of rope hanging on one of 2 iron hooks.
Ooh, yeah, the rope's going to be useful. It's probably going to make me do a skill check to get over the pit, though. Let's see how we go.
The door swings open into the room, and you step back and jump over the pit. You put the rope in your backpack and jump back over the pit to leave the room.
Okay.
And head north.
Yeah, so I'm presuming if I just opened the door, I would have fallen into the pit.
That the tunnel turns sharply to the left. You turn a corner and almost bump straight into 2 fierce-looking orcs.
Ooh, combat.
Armed with morning stars and wearing leather armor. You are totally unprepared for them and struggle to ready your weapons. And as you draw your sword, one of them swings its morning star at you, which thuds into your arm, knocking your sword to the floor. You must fight them barehanded, reducing your skill by 4 for the duration.
Oh shit, okay.
Fortunately, the tunnel is too narrow for both orcs to attack you at once, so you fight them, one at a time.
Alright, well, I'm pretty dolled up on provisions. Oh, we got even skill at least, so that's good. Let's go for an attack. And 5 to 7. Yeah.
But your enemy is too
Oh, it even reads out the results.
floor as it knocks you to the ground.
Shit. Oh, and that was the result of the roll. Okay.
You hurl yourself at your enemy, fists flailing, and land a stunning blow.
Cool. Alright. Oh, okay, so there's no hit points for the enemy, it's just for me. Okay.
You drop to the ground, sweeping away the orc's legs. Its head hits the ground hard with a sickening crunch.
Cool.
The first orc slumps lifeless to the floor, so you turn your attention to the other.
Alright.
The orc takes a huge swing directly at your head, but you duck just in time. Neither of you are harmed.
Alright, draw on that one. Oh.
You leap forward to grab the orc.
It's cool that how you see the dice roll and you go, oh, no, and then you get the one you want.
Neither of you are harmed.
Another draw. Okay. Well, that's a bit
duck
better.
under the orc's morning star, grab it, and ram its head hard into the wall.
Your fists are sore from the fight, but you pick up your sword and see if the orcs had anything of use.
I like how it's timed to the actual
Inside one of the
narration as well. That's pretty cool.
You find one gold piece and a hollow wooden tube. You put your findings in your backpack and set off west. As you walk along, droplets of water again start falling from the tunnel ceiling. Heading west, you see wet footprints made by the same boots that you followed earlier. They lead to a closed iron door in the right-hand wall of the tunnel, but do not seem to go any further.
Yeah, I might just keep moseying.
The passage soon leads to a junction, where you notice more footprints on the floor, possibly as many as 3 pairs, heading north from the south passage. You decide to follow them to where the passage opens out into a wide cabin, which is darker, but much drier. Ahead, you see the footprints gradually fade, then disappear. There is a large idol in the center of the cabin that must be 6 meters high. In its head are jeweled eyes, each as big as your fist. On either side of the idol stand 2 giant stuffed, bird-like creatures.
Yeah, no, this seems like too much of a trap. Like, giant gold idol, they always come to life and attack you. Let's avoid it.
Not much farther down the tunnel, you come to a closed door on your left. Putting your ear to the door, you listen intently but hear nothing.
Does the map fill in as you go through? Yeah, cool. Oh, we've got opportunities to save at each point. Okay, that's cool. Right, well, I might see if it'll let me save. Oh, no, I can go back to checkpoints. I can't just reload the game if I fuck up. Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe open this door.
You enter a room which is small and completely empty. As soon as you are inside, the door slams shut behind you. Suddenly a voice booms out of nowhere, shouting, "Welcome to Deathtrap Dungeon, the ingenious killer labyrinth of my master. Adventurer, I trust you will pay your respects to my master by shouting out his name."
Oh, yeah. I can go hail Sukhumvit, or Sukhumvit is a bitch. Yeah, I'll just say hail.
You take a deep breath and shout, "Hail Sukhumvit!" Once again, the mysterious voice calls out. Only this time its tone is full of contempt and derision. "So, we have a sniveling weed in our midst, do we?" sneers the voice. "My master has a special gift for you, loathsome creep." Suddenly, water starts pouring into the room through a hole in the ceiling. It soon rises above your ankles, and there is no apparent way of escape. You wade back to the door. It is firmly locked, but in desperation you try ramming it with your shoulder.
Ooh.
We'll see how skillful you really are. Remember, a roll equal to or less than your skill score means you have been skillful. But a roll
Okay, 9 or less on 2 dice. I can manage that.
Bad.
Yes,
The
made
door
it.
cannot withstand the furious battering you. The center panel cracks and splinters, enabling you to kick a hole in it large enough for you to squeeze through. Soaked, but happy to have survived your ordeal, You set off north again. The tunnel twists and turns, but keeps steadily north. Ahead, you see a thin shaft of blue light streaming down from the ceiling to the floor. It sparkles and shimmers, and you can see images of laughing faces in the light.
We're off to a Jimmy Carr fucking live show, are we? Yeah, might gently walk around that.
You come to an arched doorway set in the right-hand wall of the tunnel. The heavy stone door is closed, but there is an iron latch and a round handle.
Yeah, try the door. Why not?
Lifting the latch and pushing...
Because that's the other thing as well. I'm presuming I'm meant to be finding, like, magical bits and bobs to help me. So I can't skip over everything.
But as your eyes begin to adjust, you see that the walls are covered in green algae and running with moisture. The floor is strewn with straw. The atmosphere is warm, damp, and fetid, and a soft humming sound fills the air. You step gingerly through the straw towards a corner of the cabin where there appears to be a shallow pit. Peering warily into the pit, you are disgusted to see a mass of pale, writhing worms, some as much as 1/2 meter long. Nauseated, you are about to turn away when you notice that their undulating bodies are swarming around a dagger, its point held fast in a crack in the pit floor. The hilt is cased in black leather, studded with opals, and the blade is fashioned from a strange, reddish-black burnished metal you have never seen before. You long to touch the dagger, but this would mean plunging your hand in among the writhing worms.
Take for the dagger. Yeah, I imagine this is going to be needed to kill something a bit later on, so I'm going to go for it.
Taking a deep breath, you lean over the pit and plunge your forearm into the mass of wriggling worms. They are cold and clammy and feel extremely nasty, but at least they are harmless, and you are able to seize the dagger by the hilt. You give it a hard tug and it comes away from the crack in which the tip was embedded. Admiring its beauty and wondering whether it might...
I don't know if I actually get the option to actually use items from a backpack, because really I could have just made a noose with the rope and pulled it out with the rope, but anyway.
Leave the cabin.
Well, we got some bling at least.
As you make your way back to the doorway, the buzzing sound increases in intensity.
The worms weren't the problem. Okay.
Desperately to discover where it's coming from. Glancing up in the nick of time, you see a huge and grotesque black shape of a giant fly emerging from a recess in the cavern wall.
A big, like how big are we talking? Like bigger than a microwave?
It's at least 1.5 meters long.
Okay, no, that's a big fly.
Its opaque wings vibrate, making the sickening buzzing noise you can hear, and its 6 black, hairy legs are poised to grasp your body. Below, its multifaceted eyes is a long, shiny black proboscis, which darts in and out venomously. You have stolen the giant fly's treasure from her brood of maggots, and you must face the consequences.
What the fuck are you gonna need with a dagger anyway?
Your luck again.
Stupid fly.
Remember.
Oh, we're going off luck this time?
Or less than your luck score means...
Yeah, we got this. We're only going to lose on an 11 or 12.
Then your luck could end.
Come on. Give me the skill check. Do the skills. Fuck!
The giant fly dives down and seizes you with 4 of its legs. It climbs quickly back to the roof of the cabin, and you find yourself dangling helplessly in its grasp. Then, to your horror, it suddenly releases its grip, and you fall 10 meters to the floor, landing heavily. We'll roll 1 die here and deduct the number from your stamina score.
Oh, that's not too bad. Fuck!
The giant fly swoops down again to try to capture you. But this time you manage to evade its outstretched.
Okay, that's annoying. 2 fucked up rolls already.
You draw your sword to prepare to fight the hideous insect as it turns to attack you again.
Yeah, I should probably eat some food.
You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your stamina by 4 points.
Sweet. Alright, attack the fly.
The fly charges at you, but you're able to duck out of the way.
Hang on, I got a lower roll though. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, it just zooms on his face. He's just because I actually want to sit here and just see like if he actually does something else, like hurry up, and make a fucking decision, you idiot, or something like that. I don't think he's going to though. We're just getting the loop of. I do like that though, like the little small loops, just so he's not sort of completely frozen. Yeah, let's take another swing. That's 10 to
The creature flies at you so close you can't use your weapons. Grabbing it by its legs, you swing around, slamming it into a wall.
Oh, nice. Yeah, smash him again. We get this time. Ooh, another 10.
You spin your sword around your head, clipping the fly and removing part of one of its legs. Pleased
Good shit.
with your victory, you wipe the vile yellow slime from the blade of your sword and walk quickly to the door, back to the tunnel, and head north. The tunnel ends shortly at a junction. Looking left and right, you see a narrow passage disappearing into the dim distance.
Yeah, we're having... Oh, that's cool. It's showing you the paths you didn't take as well. Okay. What is it? 50-50, isn't it? Let's go east.
You walk down the passage and soon find yourself standing at the edge of a deep, dark pit. The passage continues east on the other side of the pit. You think you could probably jump over the pit, but you're not sure. There is a rope hanging down from the ceiling over the center of the pit.
Yeah, okay. Throw your shield over the pit and jump after it. Jump over the pit carrying all your possessions. Reach for the rope with your sword to enable you to just swing across the pit. Decisions. Because it's probably going to be a skill check if I jump. I might throw the shield over and jump.
Just as you're about to release the shield and throw it over the pit, it slips from your fingers and rolls away.
Oh, piss.
You are unable to catch it before it falls over the edge of the pit, clattering down its sides to the bottom. The loss of your shield reduces your fighting ability, decreasing your skill points by 1.
Oh, that's a bugger.
Cursing your own clumsiness, you step forward, leap across the pit, and land safely on the other side. You waste no time, but head off, east. The tunnel makes a sudden left turn and continues north, as far as you can see. You soon arrive at a closed wooden door in the left-hand wall.
Okay, I guess we can try the door as well. I find that interesting too, like, yeah, I guess you'd kind of have to know what direction you're facing to work out what direction you're going. I thought it was getting ads. Yeah, how are you, TP? Been a while. Yeah, we're doing some Deathtrap Dungeon, read to us by actor Eddie Marsan from, he's one of that guys, the ones you look at and go, oh, I've seen him and stuff before. Let's open the door.
The door opens into a large candlelit room filled with incredible...
I'm doing okay. I killed some orcs. I killed a giant fly, except I just lost my shield.
Man, dressed in tattered rags, jumps out from behind one of the statues and starts to giggle. Though he looks like a fool, the sparkle in his eyes makes you think there is more to him. In a high
Is this like Timothy Leary back from the dead?
Good. Another stone for my garden. I'm glad you have come to join your friends. Now, I'm a fair man, so I'll ask you a question. If you answer correctly, I'll let you go free. But if your answer is wrong, I'll turn you to stone. He starts to chuckle again, obviously pleased with your arrival.
Wait for his question. Oh, no. Sure, you might remember these, TP. You remember the Fighting Fantasy series? Like, they had choose-your-own-adventure books, but they also had ones where you played it like a standalone role-playing game. So, like, these questions would be turn to page 57 for this one, turn to page whatever for this one. Yeah. So they've made it into, like, an interactive video movie thing. I thought it was like $5 on Steam. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Let's wait for the question.
The old man points at one of the...
But yeah, I had heaps of these when I was a kid. I didn't have Deathtrap Dungeon though. I had a lot of the side, like a lot of the ones in the series, but not Deathtrap Dungeon. And there was a PS1 game, but I haven't played much of it. It plays a bit more like bit more like old school Tomb Raider, I guess.
How much does he weigh?
Oh, hang on. No, I'm going to have to listen to that again. No, I've got to listen to the thing again.
The old man points at one of the statues, and you recognize it immediately. It is the knight who started the Trial of Champions.
Oh, okay.
The agonized look on his face locked in stone for eternity. The old man smiles, saying, "This man weighs 100 pounds plus half his weight. How much does he weigh?" What will you answer?
100 pounds plus half. So, it seems obvious to be 150. Is this... Okay.
Still smiling. The old man looks at you and says quietly, "Wrong."
Oh.
And before you can do anything else, he mumbles a few strange words into the air.
Oh, we've got our first death.
Your muscles harden and your skin go taut. You start to panic, but there is nothing you can do to stop the petrification.
Who knows?
Your adventure ends here.
Bugger. Okay, and so we get checkpoints. So we can just go back to the... That's pretty cool, though. The fantasy club I was a part of had one of those Trig Torkel the Barbarian, and it was a whole binder full of pages the members added themselves. It was the dumbest thing ever. Oh, so it was... Okay. That's actually an interesting idea to actually add to it. But yeah, we got a bad end. Let's try that again, I guess. That was a choose-your-own adventure. Okay. But that's good. Good we don't have to start the whole... I used to just cheat. I'll be honest. I'll just like... Oh yeah, I won that combat or...
A closed wooden door in the...
No, we're fine. Right, yeah, so we can... Yeah, I want to see if we can get the
door opens
question right this time.
Candlelit room filled with incredibly lifelike statues.
Yeah, alright, old man. Yeah, we'll wait for the question.
The old man points at one of the statues, and you recognize it immediately. It is the knight who started the Trial of Champions. The agonized look on his face locked in stone for eternity. The old man smiles, saying, "This man weighs 100 pounds plus half his weight. How much does he weigh?" What will you answer?
100 pounds plus half his weight. Half of what he weighs. Yeah, okay, so this... well, no, I thought I'd answered correctly, because half of 100 is 50. There's got to be a trick to it, though. There's got to be... Let's just say 100 pounds this time, see what he says. See if we get stone this time.
The old man looks at you and says quietly, "Wrong."
Oh, okay.
Before you can do anything else,
turn to stone again.
Strange words into the air.
Oh, we can't skip the death again.
Muscles harden and your
he weighs one stone.
To panic, but there is nothing.
How do you laugh in Swedish with umlauts? Ho.
Ends here.
He has very tiny hands. He's either got a big head or tiny hands. I can't work it out. Try that again.
The tunnel makes a sound.
Yeah, alright. So we'll try the door again.
The door opens.
Blah, blah, blah. Wait for the question. We've at least got backup options if none of the answers are correct. I'll try 200 pounds this time.
Still smiling, the old man looks at you and says, "Well done, stranger. You have answered correctly. I wish you good fortune during the rest of the trial of champions. And to this end,
yeah, I don't get it either, but we get a stat boost. That's nice.
Unintelligible words, and you feel a powerful surge soar through your body, increasing your skill, stamina, and luck by 1.
Excellent. That's what we were after.
And farewell, and leave his room to continue.
Wonder if that's bumped up my max stamina though. That would have been nice.
Only a few meters further down the passage, you see another closed door in the left-hand wall. The letter X is scratched into its center panel. Putting your ear to the door, you listen intently, but can hear nothing.
Yeah, usually. Well, in my experience, the X usually marks treasure. You can feel free to weigh on these as well if you like TP. I know a lot of it's random chance, but yeah, because that's the other thing as well. Like, we're probably meant to be looking for magical artifacts rather than just rushing through the dungeon. So I'm sort of trying to take the risk and actually, because we've gotten some items. I got a opal-studded dagger from the giant fly. I have a wooden tube and a coil of rope. Open door, open every door, touch everything. Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Opens into a large room. Looking around, you see,
and that's the proper way to do it. Like, yeah, exploration is key for any good dungeon crawler.
Sitting in the chair is the skeleton of an armed warrior, possibly a contestant from years gone by. The skeletal fingers of its right hand grip a crumpled parchment.
Oh, I heard about that, by the way. Apparently Mark Hamill is the new Skeletor, and they are eventually doing a Masters of the Universe remake, so I might actually keep an eye out for that one. Do we take the parchment, or do we walk over the alcove? No, let's touch the parchment.
Touching the parchment has precisely the effect you had feared. The skeleton lurches forward, and rising from its chair in a series of jerky movements, raises its sword to strike you.
That's all good. I got +1 skill now.
Lunging sideways, you draw your sword to defend yourself.
Right. Yes, I love this. These are the only options you get for the thing. You can eat provisions to get your health back. So we both roll 2 dice at our skill level, and whoever's higher wins the round. Eating the skeleton would be a good idea too. They've actually changed the combat system a little bit from the original. In the original, you could add luck points to get crits, I guess you could say, or reduce the damage you get. But this one, you basically just win 3 rounds and you win the combat. And for the purposes of the treatment, just so we can sort of get through, I thought we'd go with that one. Oh, he got me.
You manage to roll away before he brings his sword down on you.
Yeah, I don't get that either, because, 18 to 18. Okay, that was a draw. Alright. Attack again. And 10 to... There we go.
The jerking skeleton, smashing your sword.
How cool is it that he's, like, reading out the results of each combat round, too? Yeah, it's basically like a standalone thing with your DM.
You raise your shield to defend yourself.
Hang on, I don't have my shield anymore. I lost it in a pit. Continuity error, motherfucker.
Reach for the parchment. Only this time lying amidst a pile of broken bones. Unfolding it, you see a map of a room with a drawing of a hideous creature inside it. Beneath the monster is a rhyme, which reads, Should you meet the manticore, of its tail beware. Shield yourself against the spikes flying through the air. You fold up the piece of parchment and put it in your backpack, repeating the rhyme over and over to yourself. You walk across to the alcove.
Okay.
At the back of the alcove.
So avoid the manticore because I don't have a shield to defend myself against spikes.
Brush your face as you descend.
Another skeletal note. That could have been a skeletal email.
Strewn with debris. In the middle of the wall opposite you is an archway which leads into another crystal-lit tunnel. There are large mushrooms growing on the debris to your right.
Stop it. No, that's never a smart idea. Not in any fucking role-playing game.
The tunnel continues west for several hundred meters. Finally,
I probably should be like brute forcing this to go the just to see what the deaths actually are, but I don't know.
Voices above you.
It's just sort of my instinct. Like mushroom, nothing ever good comes from mushrooms.
Is not locked.
Mario knows this all too well. Knock on the trapdoor, bust through the trapdoor with your sword drawn. I would like to touch Fuzzy, get dizzy though. So trapdoor, I can knock politely or barge in. I'm gonna be polite and knock.
You hear footsteps and suddenly the trapdoor is thrown back. For a few seconds you are completely blinded by the bright light from the room.
What would Dirk the Daring do?
You do not see the goblin thrusting his spear downwards.
Oh, the goblin.
Or hear his sadistic laughter as the point pierces your neck.
Oh shit.
Your adventure
Whoops.
ends here.
So I just basically did what the Dirk the Daring would do. Just get stabbed. So many like this, isn't there? Yes, finally Goblin wins victory. This is true. Alright, so barge in this time.
Continues west.
Alright, bust through.
You throw the trapdoor open and run up the steps into a bright, lantern-lit room. Two goblins are sharpening their short swords on a stone set in the middle of the floor. You catch them momentarily off guard, but they quickly recover and both rush forward to attack you. A point of note here, adventurer. Because of the shape of the room, both goblins will have a separate attack on you in each attack round. However, here your attack will only be effective on one of the goblins. Against the other, you must still use your attack strength in a normal way. But even if your attack would have been effective, you will not wound it. It will just count this as though you have defended yourself. However, if its attack strength is greater, it will have wounded you in the normal way. You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your stamina by 4 points. You hurl yourself at your enemy, fists flailing, and land a stunning blow. You both swing for each other, and in the confusion, both miss. You thrust your sword.
Thank you, TP. I was muted. Yeah, I was saying while I was muted, yeah, if you click off the window, the music stops for some reason. Like, yeah, it's just come back. Alright. Yeah, so I'm only wounding... If I get a successful attack on the second goblin, it just, won't work.
The creature whips around, parrying your blow. Neither of you are harmed.
Okay. Stab goblin again. And we do 10.
Your enemy is strong, but slow.
Yeah, I've been doing alright on combat, just I've missed a few skill checks here and there. Right, and second goblin again. Oh, that was a bit shit.
You hurl yourself at your enemy, fists flailing, and land stunning.
Oh no, I just got over. I keep forgetting I got the highest skill.
You thrust your sword.
I love that too, the 2 dice. I got the 3 and then the 2, it like pushed the 2 away going, nah. That was kind of funny. Right, 11.
Enemy is strong.
It's on the second goblin though.
And
Yeah.
screams in pain as your sword.
Oh no, that was the
sinks
first
into
one.
his leg.
Okay.
Triumphant in one of your toughest battles to date.
I
You
beat
see
2
the only
orcs
furniture
earlier.
in the goblin's room is a table, 2 chairs, and a cupboard on the wall. There are 2 closed doors, one in the west wall and the other in the north wall.
Okay. Yep, gotta touch the cupboard. Give it a touch.
The cupboard contains a wooden mallet and 10 iron spikes, which you put in your backpack while wondering which door to open.
Patch the gobbos up, bring him along as friends, annoying your DM to no end. Yeah. Yeah, I remember a few people, they'd either like start with a goblin companion. They just wanted someone else to kick around because they'd usually like miss out on skill checks and not be able to boss around the other players. I am that person, yeah. Start the Goblin Union. Do we want to go... Yeah, we've sort of been going west for a while. Let's keep going west.
The door opens into another tunnel. Walking west, you soon arrive at another door in the north wall.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just see... No, muting works. Okay. As much as I want to go west, and because life is peaceful there, let's check the door.
The door opens into a small room in which there is a human skull with jeweled eyes resting on the top of a marble plinth. A row of loaded crossbows is fixed to the left-hand wall, and 2 small wooden balls lie on the floor just inside the door.
It's a plinth with balls. Phallic indeed, yeah, the skull and the balls. Walk in the room, pick up the skull, throw a wooden ball at the skull from the doorway, close the door. Take the wooden balls with you. Struck it gently. I am kind of being threatened by crossbows at the moment. I guess I could throw 1 ball because then I could pick up the second ball if I don't get crossbow to the face. Let's do that.
You take aim and hurl the wooden ball at the skull. A test.
Oh, skill check this time. Okay. How do we do? Got to get...
Whistles past the skull, hitting the far wall with a loud.
Yeah, so I've got to roll equal to or under my... whatever skill they're testing against normally. Yeah, I want 1 more crack with the other ball.
You take aim and hurl the wooden ball at the skull. A test of skill.
How do we go this time?
The wooden
Just
ball
got it.
smashes into the skull, knocking it off the plinth and onto the floor.
The plinth.
Much to your surprise, the crossbows do not release their deadly bolts. You step into the room cautiously and pick the skull up off the floor. You recognize the yellow jeweled eyes as Topaz.
Alas, poor Topaz. I knew him well.
You put them in your backpack,
Oh, sweet. We got
wondering whether or
some
not
bling.
a trap still awaits you in the room.
Yes. Oh, yeah, here's a tough call. It's the skull of the old rapper. Because I'm just thinking about... Got girls' eyes. Yep. I'm thinking about this one too, because... Yeah, whatever's got... Maybe it's like a double thing, like maybe the skull on the plinth and pressure plate sets off the crossbows. But if one of them is up or down, I think I might be okay. I'll put the skull back. Because you did want me to stroke it gently. I can give it a stroke as I put it back on the plinth.
There is an unseen pressure plate on top of the plinth. And as soon as the skull is put back on it, the device is sprung. Immediately, the crossbows release a shower of bolts across the room. Time to test your...
Oh, okay.
Remember,
we should... Oh, no, I said this earlier.
Less than your luck score is lucky.
I need a 10 or... Yeah, I got a 12 last time. Let's see how we go. Oh!
The crossbow bolts
it's stuck there.
And thud into the opposite wall.
I made it at least.
You are still crouching on the floor. Now that the trap has been sprung, you can leave the room by the door through which you entered.
Can I take the balls with me, though? Since I set off the trap? Oh, I want to take the balls.
The tunnel takes a sharp turn. You find yourself in a sort of gallery, lined with mirrors for some 20 meters.
Because I've got the rope as well. I could make, like, bowlers out of them or something.
Suddenly,
I'm probably going a little bit too far on the role-playing for something like this.
In the mirror, barring your way ahead. It walks slowly towards you, each arm outstretched to grab you. It is a mirror demon from another dimensional plane.
This is actually how I see most women on Twitter. Take the mechanism, sell them for scraps, nearby village, or skip straight to the Renaissance with that tech. Exactly. Yeah, that could work. Smash the mirrors, attack the mirror demon with your sword. Usually smashing the mirrors gets rid of these things, or... Oh, no, it might be like Army of Darkness, where Ash smashes the mirror and then, like, the tiny versions come out and he has to drink the boiling water to get rid of them. Let's just try attacking.
The mirror demon, being solely intent on grabbing your arm, makes no attempt to defend itself. But beware. The mirror demon is a phenomenally powerful creature. If during any attack round the mirror demon's attack strength is greater than your own,
he's got a gnat or something buzzing around him. He's just like, I need to act. I need to be British and serious. So if I fail any rounds, I'm in trouble. And she's got her skills higher. It's going to be tricky. I don't really have much of a choice. I can attack or do nothing.
Demon. Your sword connects, but it continues towards you.
Alright, give it another whack. 12, yes.
Your sword.
Kiss them all in all the mouths.
But it still advances.
Alright, one more win. Come on. Do it, baby. 7 Oh.
The demon grabs you by the wrist. Immediately,
damn.
towards the mirror. Its strength is incredible. And despite all your efforts, you cannot prevent it from pulling you relentlessly towards the mirror.
No, the Twitter SJW got me.
It seems to disappear straight through it. With horror, you see your own arm disappear, followed by the rest of your body. You are now in a mirror world of another dimension, from which you can never return.
Join us. Never. Oh, I didn't even get like your adventure ends here. Okay. Dear. Alright. No, I reckon we can beat her. I reckon. I might try smashing the mirrors first to see what happens.
For several hundred meters. Finally ending.
I'd love if she like pulled me through the mirror and it's like just like a normal apartment, like there's nice decor and everything, and it's like, oh, I just wanted to have someone over for tea.
Dim light, you can see that the trapdoor is not locked.
Oh, hang on. Oh, it sent us right back to the Goblin fight. Okay. Alright, guess we're fighting the Goblins again.
You throw the trapdoor.
I'm in the darkest timeline and she's in the good one. Yeah, mine's...
lantern-lit room.
I suppose everyone's having a hard time with COVID and stuff. I'm doing okay.
You catch
Went to no, I had I don't know if you saw me Twitter thing, but I did a sleep study on Friday, Thursday night, I should say, and yeah, that was got a little bit of sleep apnea because of the weight, and
However,
yeah, didn't go well because I tossed and turned in my sleep and I pulled out like 2 of the electrodes. But yeah, they'll get back to me and tell me what's going on.
Would have been effective. You will not wound it.
Because it was a legit pain in the ass. Like, they monitor everything that's going on in your sleep. So I had like 5 electrodes, like 3 on my forehead, 2 under here, 2 on my chest for the ECG, 1 on my leg for some reason. I still have stubble where they shaved my leg. A wrist thing with the little thing to check your pulse. And, what's the last thing? Oh, the breathing tubes. They're like tubes that go up your nose so they can measure breathing.
To see the rock flying towards you.
Oh, shit.
Your stamina is reduced as it lands hard in your stomach.
Hit me with a rock.
You both swing for each other, and in the confusion, both miss.
Alright, that's the second goblin attack.
Your enemy is strong, but slow, and screams in pain as your sword sinks into his leg.
Okay, second again. Ooh.
You lunge at the creature's stomach with your sword drawn, but the creature whips around.
Hubby and I got foam mattresses with a 30-degree tilt. Decreases snoring a lot. Not sure if it works with sleep apnea. No, that's actually a good idea. Sort of tilting.
You both swing for
Which way does it tilt? Does it tilt towards the head or the feet? Because I suppose if it went towards the head, your head would be up, and then sort of open up your airway a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I sleep weird too. It's usually like on the face. Towards the feet, it's like half sitting. Oh, okay, it's different. But yeah, like
you thrust your sword.
I've always done, like, if I've had girlfriends and stuff, I've always, like, I always wait for them to go to sleep, because I'm, like, sawing logs, for the most part.
But slow.
We have, like, family reunions, and it's like a barbershop quartet of snoring, for the most part.
One of your toughest battles to date. You see that the only...
But yeah, it's just another incentive to lose the weight. I'm doing okay. I'm down 3 kilos from when I started.
There are 2
I'm seeing a physiotherapist. I've got a DS stands for deep snore. Nice. No, I want that mallet.
The cupboard.
I've got bursitis, the little sac inside your shoulder. It gets inflamed. I've got like a thickened muscle that's pulling on it, so I'm doing like physio exercises for all those. But yeah, just getting there. No, I want to fight this mirror demon again.
The door opens.
We'll see if we can get it.
Tunnel. Walking west, you soon arrive at another door.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Have you ever heard of... yeah, I know, getting old it's real. It's a fun thing.
The door opens...
And it all came crashing down when, like, Macaulay Culkin did his Twitter post saying, "Hey guys, I'm 40 now." Fucking bastard.
A row of loaded crossbows is fixed.
And, no, have you ever heard of Ultimate Muscle or Kinnikuman? Because someone got me onto Kinnikuman the other day, and it's really good. I enjoy it. Alright, yeah, let's play Thingo again.
You take aim and hurl the wooden ball.
Let's see if I can keep the balls and the skull, because I want this topaz as well.
Skill.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. It's surprisingly good.
Smashes into the skull.
And it's my kind of humor too. Like, the humor is better than like the actual wrestling anime stuff.
Crossbows do not release their deadly bolts.
But yeah, and I've got a bit. Oh, there were toys for it. Nice. Okay.
Off the floor. You recognize the yellow.
Oh, that was a big kicker too. I read through the guy who does his voice, and the guy who does the voice is Akira... Hang on, I'll just check the... Akira Kamiya, and he was apparently the original voice of Kenshiro from Hokuto no Ken. Alright, so I'm crawling out of here this time.
Tickling sensation runs down your spine as you crawl carefully out of the room. Back in the tunnel, you heave a sigh of relief. Throw the skull back into the room and slam the door shut.
Yes, no crossbows.
With your good fortune, you set off west once again.
Muscle toys, they're around kind of like monsters in my pocket. Oh, cool.
Sort of gallery lined with mirrors for some 20 meters.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to do it, but
through the mirror along the
Tuesday next week we're doing an ad stream for
4 arms and 4
Australia Day,
faces emerges
aka Invasion Day, as some people call it.
Walk slowly towards you.
But yeah, sometime, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, we're going to go and do... I've got like 5 Kinnikuman games there, like from NES to PS2, and I'm going to play through those. Smash mirrors.
You swing your sword against the mirror with all your might, but to no effect. The mirror does not break, and the mirror demon keeps advancing.
Okay. Can really have another crack at that. Right, we'll see if we can get the 3 wins this time.
Being solely intent on grabbing your arm, makes no attempt to defend itself. But beware.
Yeah, alright, we know this one. Let's attack demon. Don't have to worry about thing out. Oh.
You pick up a rock and hurl it at the demon, but your aim is off and you miss it completely.
Okay, that was a draw. I didn't fuck up on that one. Good. That wasn't a good one. Got him one side.
But it continues towards you.
Alright. Oh no, we only need one more. Okay. We're actually winning the round on draws. Alright.
You thrust your sword.
Oh, thank fuck. We got
clearly damage the creature, but it still advances.
Oh.
Summoning all your...
Oh no, we just got smashed mirrors.
You deal the mirror demon one final blow with your sword. With an ear-splitting sound, cracks begin to run across its faces.
Men's rights!
Its many mouths.
All lives matter!
In the agony of its death throes, before the demon shatters completely and falls to the ground in a pile of tiny fragments. You heave a huge sigh of relief, and then hurry on past.
Okay.
In front of you are 2 flights of stone steps separated by a banister of rat skulls.
Oh, God, I hate rats. I'm getting freaked out just looking at that picture. I'm just glad it's a wall of skulls and not live rats. Live rats, different story. Can I take the shield, though? I lost my shield earlier. I need another one. I'm going with the left one because the head on this one looks happy. We'll go that way.
Treading carefully, you slowly make your way up the steps. You soon reach the top without mishap.
Yeah, as far as Twitter goes too, like, I unfollowed like shit tons of people. Basically, all I want it for is advertising and cat pictures. Like, both sides are just fucking nuts at this stage.
2 orc guards. At least one of your rivals in the Trial of Champions must still be ahead of you. A quick search of the bodies produces nothing apart from a necklace of teeth hanging around the neck of one of the orcs.
Yeah, you've definitely got a bit more there. Do I want the necklace, though? Yeah, I always want bling. Give me the necklace.
The necklace is
sweet.
An amulet of strength, which adds 1 skill point and 1 stamina point.
Hang on, I went from...
with your find, you continue your
I went from 9 to 9 there.
North. The tunnel soon ends.
Maybe it's not counting the...
Standing there alone and wondering which way to go is one of your rivals.
I don't know.
It is one of the barbarians. You call out to him, but at first he does not answer. He merely stares at you.
Yeah, it might even be maxed out.
Firmly gripping his axe. You walk up to him and ask which way he is heading. He grunts his reply, saying that he is going west, and you may go with him, if you wish.
How are we going on the map? Still Slowly. It's cool that they've mapped it out, though. Like, unless you kind of physically mapped it, you wouldn't have had a map in the original book. And that noise is annoying me. I know it's meant to be the crackling of the fire, but it legit sounds like someone, like, putting out plates for dinner. I don't know. Yeah, I think we might go... Let's follow along with the Conan XP.
Although you are slightly uneasy in each other's company, knowing that there can only be one winner in the Trial of Champions, you are both content to share in the benefits of a temporary alliance. And you begin to tell each other of your exploits so far, the monsters and traps encountered and the dangers overcome.
I killed a giant fly. You want to make out?
You soon come to the edge of a wide pit. It is too deep and dark to see to the bottom. The barbarian suggests he lowers you to the bottom with his rope, saying he has a torch which he can light for you to use.
Yeah, I don't trust the boy. And rather than just insisting that he goes down first, let's just both jump over.
The barbarian reluctantly agrees to your alternative suggestion. You both step back and take running jumps over the pit, landing safely on the other side. Pleased with the ease with which you clear the obstacle, you continue down the tunnel.
Cool.
The barbarian, now a little reckless, fails to see a raised
Ah, shit.
which tilts forward as he stumbles over it, releasing a huge boulder loosely set in the ceiling. The rock crashes down on top of the barbarian,
Oh, buddy.
knocking him to the floor, crushing his skull. You must now continue your quest.
Before you die, can I have your stuff? Say nothing if you mean yes.
Feeling sorry for the loss of your new companion, you carry on down the tunnel. Suddenly you see daylight. You run towards the most beautiful sight you have seen for a long time and emerge, expecting to see the welcoming sight of cheering people.
No, fuck that. I want my sex robot, damn it.
Heroes welcome to the people all around you. They are dead.
What?
You are standing in a cold chamber littered with armored skeletons and bodies. The exit to victory was just an illusion. Only the corpses of the past adventures are real. Utterly dejected, you walk back towards the tunnel, but hit an invisible barrier. You, like the adventurous trick before you, are trapped in this ghoulish place.
Ah, shit.
And destined to end your days in the chamber of the dead.
Well, that sucks. Okay. So that is hopefully this isn't right back where the goblins were. Can we at least... Oh, we might be able... Yeah, I'll see if this is the goblins, we might actually try and head east and go that way.
Although you are slightly uneasy in each other's company,
Oh,
there
okay.
can only be one winner in the Trial of Champions.
So we're back with the barbarian at the
You're
pit.
both content to share in the benefits of a temporary alliance. And you begin to tell each other of your exploits so far, of the monsters and traps encountered and the dangers overcome. Walking along, you soon come to the edge of a wide pit. It is too deep
Then you
and
started
dark to see
dressing,
to the
yes. Well, it won't take long for the barbarian. He's only got the butt flap.
Bottom with his rope, saying he has a torch which he can light for you to use.
Yeah, I might actually go there this time.
You tie the rope around your waist and take hold of the lighted torch.
Because that might be another thing as well. Like, the
barbarian ally calls himself.
if we go into that... Yeah, I might have needed an item to get through that room or something.
Slowly over the edge of the pit and down into the dark depths below. You can see by the light of the torch that the sides of the pit are extremely smooth.
Sexily
You drop
smooth.
about 20 meters before hitting the bottom of the pit. There, you see another tunnel.
There's definitely a lot of homoeroticism with
You
barbarians. So I
call
think
up to Throm and tell him of your distress.
I blame
He calls
what's
back.
his face?
saying that he is going to tie the rope
Frank Frazetta.
around a protruding rock.
He drew some he drew hot women and hot barbarians. And hot dinosaurs.
You hear him climbing down.
I was only going to say Franz Kafka, but he only draws hot cockroaches.
Throm retrieves his rope by shaking it off the rock, and you set off north along the new tunnel.
Okay, so we're just separating.
On a stone ledge in the tunnel wall, you see 2 dusty leather-bound books. Throm grunts his contempt for the written word.
Oh, he's come down with me.
You
Okay.
to leave the books and hurry on.
Yeah, readings are suckers. Let's keep going.
The tunnel turns sharply to the right, continuing east for as far as you can see. Throm stops and tells you to halt as well. He turns his head slowly from side to side, listening. I hear footsteps coming down the tunnel towards us, he whispers. Draw your sword. You both crouch down to hide in the shadows. And not...
team battle. Nice.
For a moment later, you see the silhouette of 2 armed guards. Throm jumps up and dashes forward, screaming a loud battle cry. They are 2 cave trolls. Throm attacks the first one with his battle axe, and you run to his aid to attack the second.
Yeah. Alright, we might have some food.
You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your stamina by 4 points.
See, like 15 barbarian movies the last couple of months are all bad. That's been a weird twist, because I had a run on World War II action movies. So what was it? Guns and Navarone, Dirty Dozen, and Kelly's Heroes. So, yeah, I definitely had some weird ones there too. I've got to watch I've heard good things about the Barbarians. They just got, like, 2 buff European guys. And there's not really much to it, but it looks like a fun movie.
You drop to the ground.
Okay, I think we beat the cave troll.
It howls as its head hits the
Get him in body bag, Johnny, yeah!
You see Throm standing over the cave troll he has slain.
Yeah, high five, bro.
Blood is pouring out from a deep cut in his shoulder, but it does not seem to worry him. You search the bodies of the cave trolls, but find nothing, apart from a bone ring on a leather cord hanging round the neck of one of them. The ring is engraved with a symbol which Throm recognizes. He explains that it must have belonged to druids of the north, and that an ancient talisman such as this will increase your powers if your body is able to accept it.
So where's the ring go if that's the case? Deathstalker 1 to 4, Ator 1 to 4, the Barbarians is funny bad, Beastmaster 1 to 2, 100 of the Barbarian, which is actually good, Warrior and the Sorceress. That's a damn good run on Barbarian movies, mate. That's pretty much all the ones I can think of. I've only seen like a lot of the Mystery Science Theater related ones. I've seen Deathstalker 2. Ator I think I might have seen. I think they might have done it in the reboot. Barbarians, I've seen like the Spoonie review on it. Beastmaster 1 I really enjoyed. 2 not so much. I did see that Tanya Roberts died. She was in the first Beastmaster. Ator 3 is the MSC 3K one. Okay. Nice. Yeah, well they'll give me some more stuff to watch. Cool. Cave Dwellers. Nice. That was the one.
As soon as you put the ring on your finger, your whole body starts to shake. We'll see how skillful you really are. Remember, a roll equal
This is a skill
to
check?
or less than your skill score means you've been skillful. But a roll higher than your skill could end.
I need a skill check to stop vibrating. Okay. Whatever. Oh, piss off. 11.
Body vibrates wildly, and you are unable to stop yourself passing out.
Shit.
As you collapse, you lose 3 stamina points.
God, I could
You
have...
wake to find Throm pulling the ring off your finger.
Yeah, that sucked a bit.
Puts it on the floor and crushes it with the head of his battle axe. Then, grunting to show his disapproval of you.
Yeah, like I've been missing a lot of skill checks for this run.
You stand up slowly.
Considering I've got like a 75% chance of being successful.
The tunnel leads into a damp cavern with a high ceiling and rock-strewn floor.
Yeah. He's like, no, you're too weak.
Stalactites hang down, threateningly. The constant dripping creates milky pools on the floor. The tunnel carries on through an archway carved in the shape of a demonic mouse.
Yeah, there's usually something. Search for traps. It's usually a good way of doing things.
You walk around the cavern, but find nothing of interest. Throm calls out behind you, saying that he has found a leather pouch under a pile of rocks. Opening the pouch, he laughs out loud as a tiny mouse runs through his fingers and scurries off into the crevice behind.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of cracking rock above you and look up to see stalactites breaking off from the roof. Throm's booming laugh, which still echoes through the chamber,
Oh, whoops.
has made the stalactites vibrate and break off.
You done barbarian, son.
To run through the archway as the stalactites start to crash to the floor. This will be a test of your luck.
Okay, I'll do a little bit better on luck. See how we go. Yes!
Despite
I saw that 5 and I went, oh.
You manage to
Himbo
dash through
moment.
the archway without injury. You look around and see Throm thundering towards you, one arm held over his head for protection. He dashes into the tunnel and leans against the cold wall, panting heavily, apologizing for starting the rockfall, and offers you his hand.
You're not a real barbarian. You guys don't apologize. You punch camels and
use sign language in future.
crush your enemies before
For
you.
laughing. You both smile and head east once more.
Yeah, this is getting cool.
The tunnel ends at a large oak door. Throm wastes no time in testing the handle and is somewhat surprised to find the door unlocked. He pushes it open and walks into a torch-lit chamber.
Oh, we're
Sitting
doing
alone
okay on time as well.
on
Alright.
an ornate chair is a dwarf who bids you enter.
Dwarf, all
As you
caps.
do so, the oak door swings shut behind you. Adventurers, you have done well to get this far.
Yeah, I'd like to see this continue as a Buddy Barbarian comedy, for sure.
However, as you both know, there can only be one winner in the Trial of Champions. As Trial Master, it is my duty to Baron Circumvit, to let only the most able.
Oh no, there can be only one.
Therefore, I must devise a test of wits and strength to eliminate one of you.
Can we play Jenga?
Please
I haven't played
do not
Jenga in a
attempt
while.
To dispose of me. It will be utterly pointless, for, as you can see, there is no obvious way out of this chamber, and only I know where the hidden exit lies. Know if you would care to decide between you.
Oh, I've taken 20 on search rolls before. I'll find that exit.
You look at Throm, suddenly angry that you're a
Succumvit of the Succumvit Yermouse? Possibly.
He leans over and whispers in your ear that you should try to kill the dwarf and worry about the exit later.
Tough call. What do you reckon? I want to continue the barbarian buddy comedy. I don't want to. Yeah, put him out into pasture yet. Let's get him. Get him.
As you rush towards the dwarf, he pulls 2 hand darts from his belt and throws them at you and Throm, hitting both of you in the leg. You are both instantly.
Oh, that's a
poisoned on the tip of the dart,
cheap move.
losing you 2 stamina points. As though glued to the floor, you can only watch as the dwarf retrieves his dart from your thigh. He asks you whether you are willing to enter his contest now.
You strain to nod your head. Slowly, the effects
I would have spat in his face. My battle cry in this fight would have been Short People by Randy Newman.
Follow him, telling Throm to await his return. He opens a secret door in the chamber wall, and you follow him into a small circular room. He closes the door behind you and hands you 2 bone dice, telling you to throw them on the floor. You roll a 6 and a 2, a total of 8. The dwarf asks you to roll again, but this time you must predict the total.
Higher or lower?
Higher or lower than the 8.
I'm just going to go with odds and just say less than 8. Oh, fuck you!
Looks at the dice.
Need to make lunch past midday. No worries, man. Thanks for coming anyway. You'll see this on YouTube after this anyway.
You must suffer a penalty before you can continue.
Oh, what?
From out of his pocket,
Thanks for coming, mate. See ya.
Pills. One is stamped with the letter S, and the other stamped with the letter L. He asks you to choose one and swallow it.
We want the S, the L. I might go... I'm guessing this would be small and large, so let's go the large pill.
The pill makes you feel as though the whole world is against you, reducing your luck points by 2.
Oh, fuck off. I'm not doing well at this
tells
stage.
you that you can now go on to the second stage of the test. He reaches for a wicker basket which, he informs you, contains a snake. He tips the basket over and the snake drops out onto the floor. It is a cobra, and it rears up in the air, ready to strike. The dwarf tells you that...
Oh, okay, so L was for luck and S would have been for strength.
The cobra barehanded below its head, avoiding its deadly fangs. You crouch down on the floor, tensing yourself for the moment of
Hope it's a skill roll.
This will be a tough test of your skill.
Oh, don't give me a penalty. Oh, 8,
With
thank
lightning
fuck.
speed, you thrust your hand out and grip the cobra just below its open mouth. You lift it up, and with your arm outstretched, you dangle it in front of the dwarf. He doesn't flinch, but says in his calm, expressionless way,
Please put the cobra back in the basket and prepare for the final part of the test. Follow me.
Oh, that's cool. They're doing a little bit of voice modulation on his audio.
Where Throm is pacing up and down, obviously ill at ease. You wave to him while the dwarf opens a second secret door and tells you to walk on through and wait for him. Again you comply, and you find yourself in another circular room, although this one resembles a small arena. The floor is covered with sand.
I'm just going to see if I can drink a strength potion.
Arena wall.
Nice, okay.
Opposite the secret entrance
Maxed
you
out.
came in through is an ominous-looking wooden door. Suddenly you hear a shout, and you look up to see the smiling dwarf standing on the balcony. He throws 2 pieces of paper down to you. On one of them, the words, "No crop is," are written. On the other, "Ruin moat." In his ever-calm voice, he says,
If you rearrange the letters of the words, you will find the names of 2 creatures. You may choose which one to fight in my arena of death.
Okay, so it's anagrams. I'm just actually going
identify
to
the creature by rearranging the letters.
see if we can actually... Okay, no crop is or ruin crop. Moat. What do we got? Moat. And... see. If there was a C in this one, it'd be the manticore. No crop is or ruin moat. I'd say if I can't identify either of them, I'd say both will jump out. No crop is or ruin moat. Because I'm racking my brain for fantasy creatures, and I can't think which one it would be. No crop is... Oh yeah, no crop is Scorpion. Ruin Moat would be... Because I don't know what size it's going to be. If it's a giant scorpion, I'm in trouble. Yeah, we'll go scorpion.
You call out to the dwarf, telling him to send in the scorpion because you are ready to fight. Slowly, the wooden door rises, and a huge, grotesque black
it is huge. Crap.
Squeezes underneath it and enters the room. You draw your sword in readiness and prepare to fight the sinister creature with its huge pincers and deadly sting. The scorpion will attack you with both pincers, and you must treat each pincer as a separate creature.
I like this. I like how they're changing up the combat situations as well.
Has its own skill level and will attack you separately in each attack round. You can only fight one pincer in each attack round, attacking it as in a normal battle. But against the other pincer,
yeah, so same as the Goblin fight.
In the normal way. But you will not wound it, even if your attack strength is greater.
As long as it's
you must count this as though you
attack strength's reasonably low, we should be okay.
If its attack strength is greater than yours,
because we're at max stamina, so that's good.
In the normal way.
Okay, let's do it. Attack. Oh, plus 10 on both of them, so they've got the advantage. I do only have to win 3 rounds though.
Run around the side of the creature.
Oh, miss one.
Throwing you hard into the wall.
Well, nice it's not crushing my arm off. So fuck off.
A swinging, venomous tail
Ouch.
is a formidable weapon, and you shriek as it sinks into your arm.
So much for the... Look at this smug bastard too. It's like, haha, you're losing. You will not make it through, Sandals.
You manage to get around the back of your enemy, but it quickly kicks backward, catching you agonizingly in the stomach.
Not doing well this time around, am I? I only got to survive 3 rounds though, that's a bit better. It's on the second pincer though.
Fast enough to roll out of the way.
Alright, attack the first pincer again.
You
8 to
try
8?
To run around the side of the creature, but it grabs your arm, throwing you hard.
I've at least got plenty of like provisions and stuff up the sleeve, so that's good. Getting shit rolls though.
The venomous tail is a formidable weapon, and you shriek as it sinks into your arm.
Yeah, not doing well at all, am I? 7 or 6 even.
Its speed is impressive.
Oh no, it just got over.
You jump aside, landing a heavy blow on its back.
Do we... Oh, okay, so we actually got to get 3 rounds on the second pincer as well. Okay.
The scorpion swings its huge venomous tail.
Just got that one too.
You step aside as it smashes into the floor, and you land an attack from the side.
The dwarf calls down from the balcony, congratulating you on your victory. He throws the sack down into the arena and tells you to relax and regain your strength for the final
Yeah, can I have my 2 luck points back?
Then he walks off.
Would have been nice.
Saying he will return in about 10 minutes. You open the sack and find a jug of wine and a cooked chicken.
Yeah, might as well have a feed.
The food and drink are excellent and you feel much better, gaining 2 more stamina points. Fully satisfied, you sit down.
Still hungry though.
Dwarfs return.
Might have a bit more of a feed.
After about
Get
20
back up
minutes,
again.
the dwarf reappears on the balcony. He calls down to you, saying,
Well, I do have an interesting problem on my hands. Prepare to fight your next opponent.
The wooden door rises once again, and you are surprised to see a familiar face.
Oh, Throg buddy.
It is Throm.
Throm.
He is cut and badly bruised and doesn't seem to recognize you. He is clearly delirious as he staggers forward with his axe, raised to attack you. The dwarf laughs and says,
The cobra bit him, but he has the strength of an ox and managed to carry on, even though most men would have died. Now you must fight him to decide finally which of you will continue the trial of champions.
You shout abuse at the dwarf, protesting the cruelty of such a contest. He merely...
Well, it was a shit movie.
You have no option but to defend yourself against...
That's the title I love that movie.
Despite his wounds, he is immensely strong.
Crap. Oh, he's not that bad. He's like +1. Big deal. I think I might have a bit of a nom first.
You quickly eat some provisions, increasing your stamina by 4.
I'm glad bloating's not an issue in this game. I've eaten a lot in the last fucking 30 seconds. Oh, 8 to 8. No, you got me on that.
And manages to half choke you before you get a chance to push him off.
Alright, another roll. Come on. We've got 8 to
You
9.
parry
Shit.
Tom's attack, but he is too strong, and you trip, cracking your head on the floor as you fall.
Yeah, it's amazing like how many rolls I'm failing, considering they're only like +1. It's annoying. That's a bit better.
Ground, sweeping away Throm's legs.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
You hate it, as he howls as his head hits the hard ground.
Exhausted by your long duel, you fall to your knees as you stare at Throm's still body. A bitter loathing for the dwarf fills your heart. Somehow, you will avenge Throm.
Please give me the opportunity to
Engulfed in your hatred.
toss this dwarf.
You do not notice the dwarf enter the arena until he is standing right in front of you. A loaded crossbow aimed at your chest,
What are you doing? Did you not look
I
down?
know what you are thinking,
he says calmly.
but remember that only I know the way out of here. Get up. It's time for you to leave.
Once on your feet, the dwarf indicates that you should walk ahead of him. Back in the chamber, he crosses over to the northern wall and pushes against one of its stones. A door-like section of the wall swings out, opening into another crystal-lit tunnel. With his crossbow still aimed at your chest, the dwarf smiles, saying,
Good luck.
Can I have that crossbow there? Oh, tempting. Tempting. Nah, I gotta swallow my pride on this one.
The tunnel soon divides into two.
Because I suppose he is doing
You
his
hear a
job.
buzzing sound coming from the western branch.
Buzzing sound, you say? Yeah, how are we doing on the map? We've basically just zigzagged this whole way, haven't we? Fucking east, west. Yeah, it seems like this. I can't even remember what happened here. Well, we've got a save point at least. Yeah, let's check the buzzing.
There is a large panel of glass in the left-hand wall of the tunnel. Through it, you can see a bright, torch-lit room teeming with giant insects of every possible description. Bees,
No, not the
wasps,
bees.
beetles, ticks. Even the mites are over 6 centimeters long.
Jesus, alright.
The noise is threatening. In the middle of the room, a jeweled crown lies on top of a small table. What looks like a large diamond is set in the middle of the crown.
Oh, sorry, no, this is the checkpoint with the dwarf. Okay, so we're still continuing on. Hasn't really signified what I exactly need jewels for. I could use some more. Yeah, let's have a crack. It'll just hopefully be a skill roll on
You
this one.
smash the glass with the hilt of your sword, making a hole big enough to climb through. Immediately, the giant insects start swarming and jumping towards you. Wasting no time, you clamber into the room, grabbing one of the lit torches to defend yourself. The fire keeps most of the insects at bay, but by the time you have snatched the crown and climbed back into the corridor, some of them have stung you. We'll roll 1 die and add 2 to the total to decide how many stings you
Ooh,
have
that's a
suffered,
maximum of 8.
reducing your stamina by 1 for each sting.
Okay, 4's not too bad.
The giant insects do not chase you, preferring the bright light of the room they are in. You examine the crown and see with disgust that it is merely painted
Aww.
white, and the diamond is just glass and totally worthless.
Damn it.
You throw it on the ground in a rage and wonder which way to go next.
Alright, go west. Life's peaceful there.
Ahead, in the far distance, you hear the sound of slow footsteps coming towards you. Unsure of who or what might be approaching, you look around for a place to hide. You see a large crack in the tunnel wall which lies in shadow.
Yeah, I might get ready for a fight.
A crippled man with shackled feet shuffles into sight, carrying a wooden tray laden with bread and water. He looks tired and miserable, and quite unmoved by the sight of you, and tries
Hey.
to walk past.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
He eyes you suspiciously as you offer him a portion of your provisions.
She might give me a hint or something.
Overcomes his fear, and he crams the food into his mouth.
Yeah, gotta have that
Ask him
good
what
cheese,
he's
buddy.
doing in the tunnels. And he explains that he is a servant of one of the trial masters, Baron Sukhumvit's appointed controllers of sections of his dungeon. He tells you he would like to escape, but no one is allowed to leave the dungeon, in case the secret of its construction is revealed. You tell him that you are a contestant in the Trial of Champions, and that you would appreciate any help. Rubbing his chin, he turns to you and says, "One good turn deserves another. All I can tell you is that in a northern tunnel, there is a wooden chair carved in the shape of a demon bird. There is a secret panel in the arm of the chair, which contains a potion in a glass vial.
Oh, that'd be helpful.
It's a doppelganger potion.
Ooh.
Now, I must go back about my duties. Good luck. I hope we meet again outside these infernal tunnels." The man then shuffles off, and you continue your journey.
Alright, so we're gonna keep an eye out for a demon bird thrown
After
in
a
the
short
north.
while, you arrive at another junction in the tunnel, with a choice of 2 directions.
Yeah, alright, so we'll head north this time.
Set back in the arched alcove in the tunnel wall, you see an ornate wooden chair carved in the shape of a demon-like bird of prey. Remembering the old man's advice, you search the arm of the chair for a secret panel. You find an almost invisible crack in the arm, which you start to press and squeeze. Suddenly, a
Casually
tiny
molest
panel
the chair,
springs
no
out of the
worries.
arm, and you see a glass vial lying in a cavity. You pick it out and read the label. Doppelganger potion, 1 dose only. This
Okay.
liquid will make you assume the shape of any nearby living being. You place the strange potion in your backpack and continue north, where the tunnel starts to slope downwards and finally comes to an end at a deep pool enclosed by the tunnel wall. There does not appear to be any way of traveling further north. You turn around and walk back down the tunnel, passing the wooden chair, where you soon arrive at the junction and turn right to head west.
Okay, so this was just a totally
The
optional
tunnel
area.
turns
Okay.
sharply to the right and continues north
And goes north
for
anyway.
as far
Okay.
as you can see. There is a door in the left-hand wall which is ajar, and you hear someone cry for help from the other side of it.
I mean, if they say someone, so it's obviously someone human.
The door opens into a small room with a straw-covered floor. There is a large draped cage standing some 2 meters high in the center of the room. A cord fixed to the top of the drape runs through an iron ring in the ceiling and hangs down to the floor.
No, we're definitely starting to get to the part of the book where they're just going to start dropping dangerous traps on you, so I might be a bit cautious and just avoid it.
The tunnel continues for quite a distance before you reach a junction.
Okay. So didn't we... Oh, we're still going north. Okay. West or north from here? Let's try west.
Ahead, you see that the tunnel turns a corner, beyond which it continues north. You stop before the corner, startled by the sound of high-pitched voices, whispering and sniggering.
Yeah, let's stab whoever's giving us a giggle.
You peep around the corner and see 2 small creatures running away from you. Both are dressed in baggy clothes and wear pointed floppy hats. They are mischievous leprechauns.
Yeah, tough call. They're gonna fuck with us somehow. Let's go give
Running
them a
after
look-see.
the leprechauns, you hear more laughter, only now it is behind you. You look round and see 6 more emerging from a hidden door in the tunnel wall. Yet another leprechaun drops on your back from a ledge fixed to the ceiling. Shaking him off, you draw your sword, whereupon the laughing gets even louder.
Yeah, I really don't want to mess with any short people in this game.
You push past the 2 leprechauns and head off north, the noise of jeering and laughter ringing in your ears. Further up the tunnel, you stop to rest and check your belongings. Any jewels you had are now gone.
Son of a bitch!
The leprechauns that landed on your back stole them from your backpack. You curse the thieving leprechauns and set off north again.
Just not having good luck with short people, am I?
The tunnel leads north for some distance before coming to a dead end. The mouth of a chute protrudes from the tunnel's eastern wall. It seems to be the only way out, so you decide to risk it and climb into the chute. You slide gently down and emerge in a new room, landing on your back. As soon as you stand up, you are confronted by the most repulsive sight you have ever laid eyes on. There in front of you, wallowing in a circular pool of fetid slime, is a bulbous creature too horrible.
That's the
Its body is green and covered.
that's
all over with
the
fearsome
picture from the front of the original book. Cool.
Its face is a mass of burns and blisters, one of which suddenly bursts to reveal yet another of its sinister, all-seeing eyes. A narrow path runs around the edge of the pool and leads into another tunnel in the far wall. The blood beast flops around awkwardly in its pool, and the smell of the poisonous fumes makes you retch as gas bubbles break the surface and contaminate the atmosphere.
Tough call. Run around or attack it. It seems, yeah, like if it's big enough to fill the chamber, I don't think we're going to stand much of a chance. Let's try and scooch around.
As you run around the narrow path,
And yeah,
you suddenly start to feel
inventory
dizzy.
went away, so I'm dead.
The gas from the pool is taking effect. Your vision starts to blur, and you lose your balance. You are only half aware of the blood beast's tongue as it wraps itself around your leg and drags you into the pool of slime. After being pre-digested by the vile slime, the hideous blood beast will consume you at its leisure.
Alright. So this takes us back to... I think the leprechauns are
Tunnel
west for this one.
continues for quite a distance before you reach a junction.
Yeah, let's go straight north this time. See
A
if we can...
brown velvet curtain is draped over an archway in the eastern wall of the tunnel.
Yeah, let's have a look.
You enter a cold room, divided by a deep chasm. A rope is stretched taut across the chasm to the far side, where a magnificent winged helmet rests on top of a pole.
Yeah, we got the opportunity for loot. Let's go for loot.
Testing every last drop of your skill, you step nervously onto the rope, not daring to look down. Halfway across, you start to panic and lose your footing. Walking on a rope like this requires skill. Well, test yours.
Okay, let's see how we go. Oh,
As you fall, you manage to grab the rope with your hands. Slowly, you haul
why'd you walk it
yourself
like a tie
over to
rope
the
anyway?
far
Just
side
shimmy
and scramble
across.
up onto the floor.
3 points
You
of
lift
contact,
the helmet
buddy.
off the pole and put it on your head. It has been made by a highly skilled ironsmith and increases your skill by 1 point.
Thank fuck.
Not wanting to risk.
I'm still
walking
stuck
back
at 9
to the
though.
tightrope, you
That
decide
sucks.
to crawl along it.
Amulet
Safely
of strength
back on
and
the
a helmet, and it does nothing.
You step through the archway and head north up the tunnel.
Yeah, need something to get that
tunnel
luck back up,
continues
because the
north
luck
a
was
long way before
helping me
turning
out pretty
sharp
well.
right. Around the corner, you come to a dead end. Only the mouth of a wooden chute in the wall offers any hope of further progress. You decide to take a chance and climb into the chute. You slide gently down and emerge into a room, landing on your back.
Oh, we're on the Blood Beast now. Okay.
As soon as you stand up, you are confronted by the most repulsive sight.
Yeah, and you know the pictures from the front cover of the book, because that was the only one they put the effort in to do in colour.
Fetid slime is a bulbous creature too horrible.
Actually, it would have been harder to do. Yeah, because they like the fighting fantasy books or like paperbacks would have been hard to do colour pictures.
Mass of crimson blisters, one of which suddenly.
All right. So I guess we're
reveal
fighting
yet
the Blood Beast this time.
As you make a lunge at the blood beast, you suddenly start to feel faint.
Oh, so okay, we don't actually have an item
Rising up from
to
the pool is highly toxic, and you slump to the floor, unconscious.
So we got nothing to defend against
See if
the
you had a lucky landing.
Oh, probably not. Oh,
The
lucky.
blood beast is too
Lucky.
bulbous to climb out of its pool, but its long tongue whips out and tries to wrap itself around your leg. Fortunately, you have fallen beyond its reach. The air at ground level does not contain any of the poisonous fumes, but you wake with a pain in your throat. You cover your mouth with your sleeve so that you can breathe through it and decide what to do.
Well, we're gonna have to crawl to get around the thing, though. Yeah, I really don't want to risk fighting it, if I'm being honest.
As you run around the side of the pool, the blood beast flicks out its long tongue once again. Let's test your skill.
I got a skill check on this one.
Reacting
Just
quickly,
got it, though.
You
Oh.
manage to jump over the outstretched tongue and run into the tunnel, leaving the blood beast wallowing in its pool
Thank fuck for that.
to await another victim. The
Yeah,
tunnel
I like that. Yeah,
to a large
they obviously had to make it one of the more
Seems
difficult
supported
challenges
by
in the dungeon if they're going to spend all that time and effort on the front cover.
You see a strange beast to your right.
Putting it on the
It
front
has
cover.
the body of a lion
Shit.
with dragon-like wings attached to it. And its head
It's the head of Chris Christopherson.
bearded man. You recognize the beast. It is a manticore. Taking heed of the warning poem you took from the skeleton warrior, you watch out for its tail, which sprouts a profusion of sharp spikes at its tip, thick and hard as iron bolts. Knowing that the manticore will fire the spikes in its tail at you, you run for cover behind one of the pillars. Before you reach it, a volley of spikes flies through the air, and one of them sinks into your arm, costing you 2 stamina points
and making you wish you still had a shield.
Ah, okay, because I have the shield, I missed
You
out.
waste no time and attack the manticore with your sword before it has time to unleash more of its deadly spikes.
Alright, now we're going to need a bit of health for this. Yeah, plus 11. Okay. Can't do much besides attacking, I guess. Oh, good start. Good start.
With your sword drawn. It tries to move, but you land a powerful...
Yeah, take that, Chris Christopherson core. Oh, that was a shit one.
You seize an opportunity to attack the creature's leg, but it's ready for you. And before you can strike, it rips your leg with its razor-sharp claws.
Mm-hmm.
The giant creature whips its spiked tail,
Even.
firing more
Oh, we made
spikes.
it though.
You duck and roll, quickly slicing a chunk from its tail, passing close to you.
As you are wiping the manticore's blood from your sword, you are surprised to see a small man jump out from behind one of the marble pillars. He is dressed in a tight-fitting green tunic.
Bloody short people
And
again.
looks quite harmless, although you are wary of the way he is holding an opaque glass ball with a shimmering green light. "Greetings," he says cheerfully. "My name is Igbot, the gnome, and I am
But
the
what?
trial master for your final test.
Oh, shit.
Needless to say, my magical powers are great, so you should not try to attack me. You may have learned, during your quest, that gems play an essential part in the trial of champions.
That's a good one.
The iron door in front of you is the victory exit, but there is only one way of opening it. 3 gems have to be
shit.
put into
I'm
the
screwed.
lock mechanism in the correct order. Each gem radiates a unique energy.
So that's why we
the
got
mechanism.
slots for, what's that, 2 force?
If you
We
do
needed
it
at least
correctly,
3
That is.
to get through the door.
But first, we need the correct gems. First, you will need an emerald. The gnome shakes his head and says, "I'm afraid that you have failed the trial of champions. Baron Circumvit's Deathtrap Dungeon will keep its secrets. for
Yeah,
another
yeah.
year.
So I had a feeling we'd
You will
need
not be
Chosky's
allowed
to get through
leave
this.
here. You are appointed my servant for the rest of your days to prepare and modify the
Oh, well, we didn't die at
for
least.
future
This
contestants.
is the only one where we haven't died.
Perhaps in another life you will succeed.
Well, there you go. Well, that was cool. No, I must admit that was, I think that's, good enough for, dead on 2 hours. And, no, I genuinely enjoyed that. And it will give us another opportunity to, play it again properly at a later date, trying different routes, hopefully getting better skill rolls. But, no, that was fun. We'll leave it there. And, this will go straight up on the YouTubes. And, we'll see how we go tomorrow for, a Kaneko Mine stream. But, thanks for everyone for lurking. Thanks for TP for coming along. And we'll catch you around the way next time.